Hello my lovelies, welcome to the Woolly Hugs, and today we are going to watch the companion video of my baby blanket that I designed, which is Tunisian seamless squares blanket. So this will be a companion video and I will be showing you in a small sample how I have made this blanket. And this blanket I made in baby size, which is 32 by 32 inches, and I used Ganga Cuddly yarn from Magic Needles, which is a super fine weight yarn, but I used double strands throughout the blanket, so you can use a bulky yarn as well. And I used a Tunisian hook size of 9 mm, but for tutorial purpose I will be using a different yarn and a different hook size. So let's get started. So I'm using this a medium weight yarn just for the instructions, and this is a 7 mm Tunisian crochet hook. For the blanket you will need a hook with a cord so that all the stitches are comfortably on the hook. I'm making a smaller sample here, so basically we will be working on Tunisian knit stitch and Tunisian purl stitch only for the whole blanket, and I will show you both the stitches in this tutorial today. So in the blanket I started with the few rows of Tunisian purl stitches to give the border, and then in every row the starting few stitches were in purl, and then we alternate between Tunisian knit stitch and Tunisian purl stitch. So I'll show you how we are going to work on the stitches. So for the instruction purpose I am going to chain 20, so I have now chained 20 stitches. Now we will turn our chain, and in the back bumps we will be picking up stitches. So this is your back bump, this is the front side, and this is the back bump. So I will insert my hook in that and pick up a loop. In the next, this is the back bump and that's the front side. So this is how you are going to pick up stitches on your hook. So work till the end, then we'll work on our return pass of the foundation row. So here I've picked 20 stitches. At this point do count your stitches, and now we will be working on our return pass. So I'll chain 1 and then I'll yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So keep going across like this till you have just 1 loop on the hook. So we have now completed our row 1, which is the foundation row. So in my blanket I have worked few rows in Tunisian purl stitches across to create the start of the border. So I will be skipping that part and I'll jump straight ahead to the place where we are alternating our stitches. So once the border rows are done, we still need to work first few stitches for the border. So now we will start with our border first, and for that we will make purl stitches. So for purl stitch we will place the yarn in front of our hook, and then there is this vertical bar. So you will be going from right to left, put the yarn back and yarn over and pull through that loop like this. Again, for next stitch it's a purl, place the yarn in front of your hook, and in this vertical bar go from right to left, place the yarn at the back of your hook, yarn over and pull through that loop. So you can see these bumps, this is the purl stitches, Tunisian purl stitches. One more, yarn over, yarn in the front of your hook, go from right to left, put the yarn back, yarn over and pull through the loop. So now we have created 4 purl stitches, and now we will work Tunisian knit stitch. So for Tunisian knit stitch, this is the vertical bar and there is this back bar also. So we will be inserting our hook from right to left, and we will go at the back of our work, yarn over and pull through the bar. Again in the next one, this is the vertical bar. We are going from right to left but not keeping the hook at the front of the work. We'll go back in this gap, pull up a loop and pull through the hook. So this is the V's, you can see this is the Tunisian knit stitch. Again, this is the front and this is the back bar, in the middle and go at the back, yarn over and pull up a loop. So this is a Tunisian knit stitch. In the next one also, like so. So you can see these bumps are the Tunisian purl stitches and the V's are the Tunisian knit stitches. So I am working total 6 knit stitches, and now we will work purl stitches on the next 6. So for the purl, you will bring the yarn in front, go from right to left, place the yarn at the back of the hook, yarn over and pull up a loop. Again, bring the yarn in the front, go from right to left, place the yarn at the back of your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop. So I'll be making 6 purl stitches. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is the 6th one. And again I'm left with 4 stitches for the border, which is going to be purl stitch. So next 4 stitches will again be purl stitch for the border. And this is the last one, so we will be going in both the loops, yarn over and pull up a loop. Now return pass will be as usual, so you will chain 1 and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, all across till you are left with just 1 loop on your hook. Like so. So again we will repeat one more time. We will first work our border, which is a purl stitch. I'm working 4 purl stitches for my sample, and then 6 knit stitches. So going at the back of the work and pull up a loop in this vertical bar. This is a front loop and that's the back loop. Going in between to the back of the work, yarn over and pull up a loop. This is the third one. So you can see the difference. This is the purl stitches and this is the knit stitch. Now again we have to make purl stitches. Six purl stitches, and then again at the end for the border we will make purl stitch. This is the last stitch, so we will be going in both the loops, yarn over and pull up a loop. Now simply work on your return pass. For the return pass, again chain 1 and yarn over, pull through 2. Like so. So you can now see this is our border of purl stitches. This is the knit stitch, alternate by purl stitches here again. Now I have in my blanket I have worked 14 rows, repeating the same pattern, and after 14 rows for the next square we will be alternating our stitches. So I will show that to you in this third row. So I will first work on the border. So 4 purl stitches. This is going to be the same all throughout the blanket. At the beginning and at the end you will have a few number of purl stitches at the border, and we worked knit stitches for our first square. So now we will alternate and we'll work purl stitches on this one now. So 6 purl stitches instead of knit stitch. Like so. Now you can see these are the V's, knit stitches, and now we are working purl stitches on it. And on the purl stitches we will be making our knit stitches. Like so. And in the end for the border again we will make 4 purl stitch. And work on our return pass. So now you can see over knit stitches we made purl, and over purl stitches we have started making knit stitches. I'll work one more row so that you can see it better. So as usual we start with our border stitches, which is purl stitch, and now we will start with the pattern. So we are working purl stitches in the next 6. and knit stitch in the next 6. Again we have now reached to the border, so 4 purl stitches. And now work on the return pass. So now you can see the pattern clearly. So we started with our border purl, then knit stitches, and then purl, then again border, and here it's purl, and then we're making knit stitches. We're alternating on the second section. Once you are done with your blanket, I will show you how you're going to bind it off. So you will simply be working in the pattern. So first 4 stitches is purl, so I made my second stitch purl, but I will not leave the loop on the hook. I will pull through the first loop that I had on the hook. Now I have to work on the 3rd stitch here, so I'll work a purl, pull up a loop, and now pull through the first loop on my hook. So we are binding off like this, and once we reach to the knit stitches, you will simply work the knit stitch and then pull through the loop that you have on the hook. So this is how I'm going to bind off. Now it's the knit stitches, so simply work your knit stitch and then pull through the loop on your hook. So this is how you're going to bind off your blanket. So although I made this blanket in a baby size, you can make it in any size that you want. You just have to increase the number of stitches that are used per square. So in my case I have worked 14 stitches and 14 rows for a square. So to increase the width you will be adding 14 stitches, more further 14 if you want it wider, and if you want to make it less wide you have to take away 14 stitches. And I worked 14 rows, so you can also increase the length. You have to work the pattern for 14 more rows. So it's very classy pattern. You would love making it, and the end result is beautiful, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please like and subscribe, and also hit that bell icon for my future tutorials. And you can get the pattern from my Etsy and Ravelry store. The link is given in the description box below. Thank you so much for coming by.